the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. And it is Magic basketball tonight as the Orlando Magic go up against the Pelicans out in New Orleans. And for New Orleans, coming into tonight, a couple of goals they have. Stay aggressive on both ends, but also play with efficiency. It's a delicate balance, but they know it's the key to playing their best ball. And guys, Aaron Gordon, the 4th overall pick back in 2014, got a lot of attention for his performance at the dunk contest. Kenny, how can he take his game to the next level?
He's taking it there. His shooting is improved, his ball handling is improved, and his need to take the big play or have the big moment, he is stepping into that limelight.
Yes, he is. He's an elite athlete, still very young. I would love to see him pair with a real mentor named Kenny Smith.
I'd pair up with him.
What would your advice be then to Aaron Gordon if you were going to mentor Aaron Gordon?
The first thing I'd say, basketball is the business, and let's start there. Everything else is a distraction because basketball is the business right now.
Solid advice?
Let me check with Shaq Shadamas. You like that? Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
You got issues, man.
He talks to himself.
Time for tip.
He answered himself. That's what's worse. Talking to yourself or answering yourself is worse, Ernie.
Equal.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Magic in this one. We're live from the Big Easy, New Orleans, Louisiana, for this Pelicans home game. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. Both sides will try and push it on the fast break doors to get easy scores. Talk a bit about playing fast, but also playing with efficiency.
Well, you look no further than the Golden State Warriors, who, when they are playing with pace and out in transition and the threes are flying, it's electric and, frankly, almost unstoppable. But they walk that delicate line of playing fast without turning it over. You want to give these great players freedom, but within that freedom, they've got to make sure, okay, we've got to value the basketball, and yes, we can maybe turn it over 10 times per game, but we get north of 10, 15 turnovers, and that's going to put us in a little bit of a problematic situation.
Good analysis. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Magic, Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Fournier and Ross, they're the wings. And it's Augustine in at the point guard. And so the New Orleans Pelicans get the first points of the ballgame. 6 to shoot. Up top, Fournier. He's defended by Randall. Fournier's shot is off.
Well, the defense trying to get out on him, but he's left with the open shot. He's got to make that one.
And the call will be against Fournier. That's his first foul. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Pass to Payton. Buries it down low. Payton's got his first points of the game.
Because of the level of athleticism and speed, it is difficult to stop Elfrid Payton. Nicely done.
And Fournier kicks to Augustine. Five to shoot. For three. The Magic again can't hit.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync. Well, Steve Clifford takes over here in Orlando, and of course he is known for his frankness and his disciplined approach to the game. You think about Clifford's teams, they rarely make unforced errors and are some of the best at minimizing their own mistakes.
And it goes down 2 points.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
Now here's Fournier. Pass to Augustine. Over Payton. Here's Gordon. That shot missing. Randall with some nice D.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Payton outside. And Davis with the basket on the assist by Payton. Davis has got his second basket of the game.
And not just sustaining the lead, they're adding to it.
Right, and this is precisely what you want to do. Build up the lead and keep the pressure on.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And his guys are getting frustrated. Coach just really kind of needs to calm them down.
I think, Greg, they've got to continue to believe that the next shot is going to go in. He can hopefully communicate that effectively to them.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. Orlando also making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Bamba. And Jonathan Simmons subbed in for Terrence Ross. Passes to Gordon. Looking to end the run. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Ooh, that has to be a relief. First bucket was a long time coming.
Well, you've got to be resilient when you start off that slow. Kept pounding away, and finally they make a bucket. Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make. Boy, you think about the Orlando Magic last season and the strong start they got out to, and it sort of faded away very quickly afterward. They ended the year as one of the worst teams in the East.
And for the Magic, part of their struggles, Doris, were injuries.
Oh, no doubt, Kevin. Pretty much every member of their rotation missed time at some point. How about this? No player started more than 57 games. You know, above all else, it's impossible to do well when you are constantly shuffling lineups due to injury.
He misses the free throw. More and more, we're hearing the term positionless basketball, Doris, but it's not an entirely new concept. I remember Jerry West, for example, talking about it a couple decades ago.
Well, I think Jerry West talking about it is about there are certain guys historically who could play in any era. Jerry West would be there. Rick Barry would be another one. So certainly this has been a topic discussed in the past. I think why it's so important in today's day and age, the NBA has become a switch-heavy league, and that's on the defensive end. And therefore, teams like Boston and others are building their roster around guys who are switchable and versatile. It's become an almost necessity in today's NBA.
Great perspective. Now here is Holiday. Mirotic's shot is off. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Simmons, and he banks in the layup. Simmons got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, tremendous understanding from the young Jonathan Isaac. How about that awareness for the young guy?
Payton finds Davis. Great touch on the 16-footer. Davis has got his third basket of the night right there.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
You're right. I mean, he's found his rhythm early. The defense has got to do a better job guarding him from this point on.
Now, here's Isaac. To the wing on the left. Now the pass to Simmons. Here's Grant. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
First trip to the line for him here.
And as for last season, he was a 74% shooter at the line.
The free throw drops for Grant. Darius Miller, he's checked in for Davis. And a switcher also for Orlando. Owundu's checked in. And Grant drops them both. Pelicans leading by 3. Holiday, the pass to Payton. The dish to Mirotic. Back to Payton. Lays it up and banks it in. Payton's got his second basket.
Boy, a nice, efficient finish for Elfrid Payton. Boy, that'll help your percentage, gentlemen.
Now, here's Grant. Kicks to Vucevic. Over Mirotic, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so the first quarter is in the books. New Orleans on top, up 5. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
Pelicans leading by 5. Payton and Holiday are together in the backcourt. Hill is out there with Mirotic, and it's Miller in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Now here's Payton. Can't get it to fall. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time. And it's difficult to do, even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. D.A., thank you. Now Payton. And Jaren Grant missing on that last 3-pointer. Back to Payton. Connects in the foul line jumper. Payton's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for New Orleans.
To me, if I'm Elfrid Payton, I want to capitalize from right here. Do your work in the mid-range.
Pass to Simmons. Here's Owundu. Five to shoot. The feed to Vucevic. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
You've got to be able to keep your composure under duress of the clock, and Vucevic does just that.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. A lot of guys can take over a game, Doris, at a moment's notice. Snap of your finger. In your mind, who goes that quickly into that zone and takes over like that?
I'll tell you this. The guy who comes first to my mind is Klay Thompson. I mean, what we've seen this guy achieve in a 12-minute quarter and the speed with which the ball from the touch of his fingertips to the release is incredible. Damian Lillard, another guy, doesn't get it off quite as fast as Klay, but can put 20-30 in a quarter in a heartbeat. Guys like Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook, when they start cooking, boy, you better step out that kitchen because you're going to be in trouble, Kevin.
You are. Well said. New Orleans making some changes here. Ando comes in for Solomon Hill, and Moore subbed in for Payton. And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, and Moore kicks to Holiday. Outside Mirotic. Back to Holiday. His first shot coming late. And it's Orlando with the rebound. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Augustine looking around. From deep three-point range, Mirotic grabs the miss.
And even with his range, that one might be asking a little too much.
Yeah, that zip code might extend beyond his range. My goodness, let's take a better shot next time.
Now here is Augustine. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And the basket by Gordon.
I'll tell you, if you're not guarding Aaron Gordon tight and getting into his space, he is going to burn you in catch-and-shoot situations.
And with Mohamed Bamba, one of the first things you notice is that 7'9" wingspan. I mean, yeah, he's got to add more muscle on that frame, but he can use that reach already to make an impact at both ends.
Augustine against Moore. From about 16, Fournier pulls it down.
Well, he gets the separation he needs. You can't say the same for his aim, though.
Augustine, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. And with Bamba, in addition to his crazy length, you also get a player who's extremely smart.
How about getting scholarship offers from Ivy League schools, including Harvard? You can see him thinking on the court. He's deliberate in the things that he does. Bright future ahead for him.
And here's Fournier. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. He kicks to Ross. There's 1:17 left in the first half of basketball. Back to Fournier. Shoots over Mirotic. Hits the front of the rim and out. New Orleans in the lead. Moore outside. Pass to Randall. And it's Holiday at the elbow. Mirotic against Gordon. To stop the drought. The shot, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Fournier. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Davis is checked in for New Orleans. And a switcher also for Orlando. Ken Burge is checked in for Bamba. For Orlando, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Fournier against Moore. Outside Fournier. They get a hand on it and stolen by Miller. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pelicans lead by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball. And then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. New Orleans had no problems getting going. They strung together several impressive trips down the floor to open things up with an 8-0 run. Well, for New Orleans, Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, their shooting accuracy was on point. It was good play calling, of course, by the coaching staff, but it was great execution by the team.
Check. What'd you think about Orlando?
Well, they had a hard time scoring inside. In fact, their offense was run almost exclusively along the perimeter. A lot of jumpers. It's too predictable. You got to mix it up.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Go over there.
As we return to New Orleans to look at some of the buildings along the riverfront here in the Big Easy. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been quite a game for Elfrid Payton.
And through the first two periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to. Just a slasher's mentality.
You know, my favorite thing, Greg, I think he showed no fear in attacking the defense. He got on the interior with ease.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Tipping off the second half, here's Steve Clifford's 5. Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. And it's Ross in at the 3. Now here's Payton. Ross grabs the board.
Boy, the defense gets into his head and alters his release when he really doesn't have to.
He dishes it to Augustine. He feeds it to Fournier. 6 to shoot. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Fournier against Holiday. Pass to Payton. Here's the floater. It's hauled in by Gordon.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
We saw Gordon making big strides in his game last season, Doris, and it started with his shooting.
Well, specifically his long-range shooting, right, Kev? Because the 3 started to fall, and then that opened up other scoring options for him. Boy, it really seemed to come together for this guy, a rising star in just 1 year.
The Magic shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. New Orleans making a switch here. Hill's checked in. Simmons checked in for the Magic. Tied up with that one.
Boy, his free throw shooting has been on the mark tonight. Nothing new there, right?
Augustine against Payton. Inside. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Sharon Grant, he's checked in for Augustine. Outside Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. From beyond the arc. Kept alive. Here's Davis. Makes it off the glass. Davis has got 8.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Grant finds Ross. And And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. For New Orleans, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker with the break. Payton looking it over. Trying to get open is Davis. And Bamba pulls it down.
You know, coming out of the break, you want a fast start. They go 1 for 5.
Grant the pass to Ross. Bamba kicks to Ross. Over Payton. He can't get that one to fall. And New Orleans will come the other way. Dishes it to Randall. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That's his first foul. Some changes for New Orleans. Mirotic is checked in for Randall. And it's Darius Miller in for Drew Holiday. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And they pick up 2. And the Pelicans lead by 4.
Boy, that's a decisive move to the cup. He gives the defense no chance to react.
Awandu kicks to Simmons. From deep, trains the three-pointer. Simmons got his second bucket.
Jonathan Simmons is still a work in progress, but he has an understanding that that three-point shot has got to be in his arsenal.
Now here's Payton. He's got 6. Right side, Davis. Left side, Mirotic. Shoots over Isaac. And there's Mirotic on the assist by Davis. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Grant kicks to Vucevic. Over Davis. That one off the back iron and out. Pelicans leading by 3. It's Hill on the wing. Payton against Grant. Here's Davis. Payton trying to get open. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Isaac up top. Covered by Mirotic. Isaac misses. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Miller kicks to Davis. Back to Miller. Just 5 to shoot. Deep 2 from Hill. Vucevic with the rebound. The Magic trail by 3. Here's Isaac. Another miss by Orlando.
Well, I think the defense took that possession off. I'm pretty sure he won't miss next time.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Hill, no good. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And there's the pass to Awandu. Isaac kicks to Simmons. Payton against Grant. Pass to Vucevic. Over Davis. It's good, and the New Orleans lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Vucevic.
Well, there's a certain strength that Vucevic possesses, so he can play through the contact and still score. That's nice.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. New Orleans on top. They lead by 1. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Down low, it's Randall and Davis. On the perimeter, Moore and Hill. And it's Payton in at the point guard position. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Now, here's Fournier. Feeds it to Vucevic. And the layup's good off the glass. Vucevic has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Magic.
Well, Evan Fournier is a fundamentally sound player, and if his teammates are open, he will deliver the rock.
Randall dishes to Hill. Back to Randall. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
At the line for your Pelicans, Anthony Davis. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Drew Holiday's checked in for Solomon Hill. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Orlando. Terrence Ross comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And so he makes both from the line.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
And Fournier kicks to Gordon. Back to Fournier. Ross against Moore. Tipped away. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Clock is at 3. From deep. Fournier's shot is off. New Orleans in the lead. Payton finds Randall. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Payton against Augustine. Ross for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Ross has got it all tied up now for the Magic.
You have to know when to simply catch and shoot, and it serves Terrence Ross very well that time.
Moore against Ross, and Moore kicks to Davis. Tries from 16. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Now here is Augustine. And it's Gordon missing.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Holiday against Fournier. And Holiday, here we go. Davis, the pass to Randall. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
And Orlando making a change here. Bamba's checked in. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Yeah, just ice cold right now from the floor. Time to regroup.
I think, Greg, they look lost and they look frustrated. Not sure how they're missing so many shots right now.
Let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I had a chance to find out what Steve Clifford talked about with his players. He wants to change it up defensively and get more people packed into the paint. He said they're beating us up down low. We have to put a stop to it. Let's see if they respond, Kevin.
Now, Ross. from deep three-point range. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And Augustine kicks to Ross. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes a shot at the elbow, and that one goes long.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
Handle no good. The Magic trail by 4. Outside Fournier. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Davis with some nice D. And Holiday kicks to Payton. Outside, Davis. Holiday surveying the floor. Lets it go from 11, and it's Davis missing. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for Orlando. Trailing by 4.
Boy, you talk about killer instinct from Terrence Ross. What a huge bucket.
And that was an unleashed chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're leading by 2. 1:10 left to play here in the fourth. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
Jonathan Simmons is checked in for the Magic. 1:10 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Davis. It's deflected.
The main weapon in Bamba's attack, the slender, long arms he possesses, helps him block lots of shots.
Here's Davis. 59 seconds left in the game.
And he just takes pleasure in shutting his man down. I love seeing Bamba work this hard on that end of the floor.
Now, here's Bamba. Augustine with it. 6 on the shot clock. And Simmons kicks to Bamba. Over Payton. Bamba's shot is off. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
No doubt. You love seeing him knock down the clutch basket.
That free throw good from Randall.
Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're trailing by 5. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Yeah, the clock is definitely not their friend, and they need to score fast.
To the paint, taken away by Holiday, and he commits the intentional foul.
Shooting for New Orleans, Elfrid Payton. 2 shots.
Two.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Boy, those free throws add a nice cushion to their lead.
No good from Ross. Augustine against Payton. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, before we started the game, Coach came in and told us that we knew what we had to do. We were trying to stop a lot of their actions, and, our biggest focus for the game was guard the ball. That's what we did, come out of that timeout and never look back.
And it led to a win. Thank you for your time, Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.